kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshami yajnatva mokshase subhat. Kim karma kim karmeti. Kim karma kim akarmeti. क्या कर्म है क्या अकर्म है. What is the action and what is the inaction? Kavayopyatra mohita. Kavaya means wise people. Even the wise people gets mohita, confused, whether to do or not to do. Whether to do or not to do. Even the wise people get confused. Tatte karma pravakshami. I am explaining, that is why I am explaining to you. Yad gnatva mokshase subhat. By knowing this, you will be free from your karma and the ashubhat, inauspiciousness. You will be avoiding the inauspiciousness. That is what God is telling here. So, number one is kavayopyatra mohita. It is getting confused. Why it is confusing? Why it is secret? Yad gnatva. It is secret, it is unknown. People get mohita, people get confused. So there are two parts, there are two meanings in it. Number one is that the action which we see outside and the intention which is inside to do the action are two different things. By looking at the external actions, we cannot make out what is the motive behind it. That is why it is unknown and it is confusing. कभी लगता है इसने अच्छा किया मगर वो बुरा हो सकता है. कभी लगता है इसने बुरा किया मगर वो अच्छा हो सकता है. The hetu is secret in the mind of the person. We see sometimes people helping others, but actually there may be a selfish motive behind it. So the God knows this is going to be the first question in the path of karma, and that is why he is ending it right to here. To be or not to be. Hamlet by Shakespeare, he was confused. He died in confusion, self-doubt, and left unresolved. Why? To do or not to do, to be or not to be. So, here number 1 point is karaniya akaraniya vivek, the decision of karma. There should be a vivek, there should be an intellect, there should be a understanding behind the karma. There is an interesting episode, a real life thing happened years back. There was a wrestler in India. His name was Dara Singh. All those people who are above 50 may be remembering the name. His name was Dara Singh. This Dara Singh, he was a wrestler. बड़ा कुश्तीबाज, कितने लोगों को पटक दिया. People get scared of him. Now this guy Dara Singh was living in the Nariman Point area. So one day, and he was going on a morning walk every day. So one day he was going on morning walk, and there was a guy who came in front of him. The guy was not knowing that he is Dara Singh, and he wanted to loot him. So he showed a knife to Dara Singh. Give me your purse. And Dara Singh gave his purse. This guy was slimmer than Dara Singh. He could have been easily defeated by Dara Singh if they are in a wrestling, the court. But here it is on the road, and this guy shows a knife, and Dara Singh says, okay, take my purse. This became a big talk of the town. Dara Singh gave money to the guy just for a knife. So people asked him, Dara Singh को पूछा, अरे आपने उसको आप एक थप्पड़ मारते थे वो मर जाता था, गिर जाता था, आपने नहीं किया, आपने अपना पर्स दे दिया. People asked him, why did you give a purse when you can easily defeat a person of that body and posture size? Dara Singh told, maybe I would have given him a slap and he would have fallen down, and maybe he could have stabbed me a little bit here and there, not life threatening. But you know what? I don't fight for the amount which was in my purse. मेरे पर्स में जाता था वो जमाने में कितना 50 रुपया 100 रुपया था. I fight wrestling for thousands and lakhs of rupees. I don't fight for 100 rupees. I have to take care of my body. हाँ, करणीय अकरणीय विवेक, कब लड़ना चाहिए कब नहीं लड़ना चाहिए, कब एक्शन करना चाहिए ना करना चाहिए, किम कर्म किम अकर्म, कर्म क्या है अकर्म क्या है, समझना पड़ेगा. Every time fighting is not the solution. Sometimes getting defeated is the solution. In our home also we know, we have got our experience. पिताजी और छोटा बच्चा है, 3-year-old, 4-year-old boy, that he is telling, Dad, I am so strong. Dad is telling, okay, let me check. Let us wrestle. So dad is wrestling with a 4-year-old son. What is happening? Daddy gets defeated. पिताजी गिर जाते हैं, तूने तो मुझे हरा दिया. सब खुश, बच्चा भी खुश, बच्चे को खुश देख के पिताजी भी खुश. नहीं, what is truth? Who is more stronger? Only the stronger should win. नहीं चलेगा, नहीं चलेगा. Every time application of knowledge is an important factor for execution of in the action. कैसे कभी करना है. That is why कृष्णम वंदे जगत गुरुम. कंस को सामने से जाकर मारा. शिशुपाल, after 100 abuses and bad words for him, he killed him. Kal Yavan, he ran away. Finally, what is the goal? The principle is a goal. How to do the action is totally depend on the situation. A man is going, home, and his sister is coming. Arey, brother, today I was going and somebody came and snatched my gold chain. She is crying. Somebody snatched my gold chain, somebody snatched my gold chain. And brother is telling, क्या फायदा, अभी मैं पंडित जी से सुन के आया, जो आज तुम्हारा था वो कल किसी और का था और परसों किसी और का होगा, उसके लिए रोना गलत है. ऐसा ज्ञान चलेगा? Application. There are thousands of examples we can take. So application is important. Application. Decision, karaniya, akaraniya, vivek. So karma or akarma both are creating bondage. This is one of the biggest fear given to us. बड़े बड़े पंडित महात्मा सब कहते हैं कर्म का बंधन लगेगा, अच्छे कर्म का. कर्म डर जाता है आदमी, कर्म का बंधन डर जाता है. He is afraid. कर्म का बंधन लगेगा, कर्म का बंधन लगेगा. अच्छे कर्म का बंधन भी लगेगा, स्वर्ग में जाएगा, फिर नहीं तो नरक में जाएगा. खराब कर्म का बंधन, कर्म का बंधन, bondage. Bondage. Number one bondage comes is in our intention is the अज्ञान. अज्ञान से bondage आ जाता है, अज्ञान से bondage आता है. Bondage is not due to the karma only, bondage is due to the अज्ञान in the karma. मैं करता हूं. So when this happens, the feeling of the bondage, the understanding of the bondage is in the back of the mind. Then the karaniya, akaraniya vivek, whether to do or not to do, gets blurred. Simple example, let us take the example of Valmiki. He was doing his job. It is the father's duty to feed the family. He was feeding the family. No, he was a pardhi. वो पारधी था, लुटेरा था. So he will do his job. What is wrong in it? उसके साथ वाले सब पारधी थे, सबके सब वही करते थे. नहीं क्या? जन्म से जो काम मिला है वो करता था, उसको वही सिखाया गया था. लूटना, प्राणियों को मारना और फैमिली का पालन करना. He was a good guy, he was a good husband. He was a good husband, he was a good son, and he was a good father. He was working hard, taking risk for his family. No? So a person who is working hard for the family and raising them, respecting the father and parents, he is a good guy. What is wrong? The wrong is the bondage side. The wrong is over there. So when Narad comes and he is asking him, so he is answering same thing, I am supposed to feed my family. And he goes to the family, and we know the story. The family says, no, your duty, yes, it is your duty to feed us. But how to bring the feed, खाना कैसे लाना, वो तुम्हारी जिम्मेदारी है. Khalas. The understanding, the incorrectness in the bondage is understood by Valya, and he becomes Valmiki. So, doing an action, how to do is totally dependent on you. Totally dependent on you. So, we will go further. That what is the difference between a bondage and tapa? Tapa और bondage में क्या फर्क है? Let us see that also. Because we also see great saints, great people also doing the similar action. It's very difficult to differentiate the action between them. Because from outside it looks same. But the great people, the moksharthi, the moksha se subhat, those people, for the shubh thing, the moksharthi people are doing tapa. It is a willingness after understanding. So what is the difference? The bondage, in a bondage, the object is holding you. Whereas in tapa, you are holding the object. The outside is exactly same. Same ही दिखेगा, कुछ फर्क नहीं दिखेगा. Exactly same action will be seen. But in tapa, you are holding the object. So in tapa, when you want, you can leave the object easily. But in case of a bondage, you cannot. So कर्मा अकर्मा कब करना चाहिए, कब नहीं करना चाहिए, उसके पीछे बॉन्डेज है क्या नहीं, ये पहले हमारे दिमाग में क्लियर करो. Yes, I am doing it for what? That is a thing. And why it is Ashubha? There is a word Ashubha here. Yajnatva mokshashe Ashubhat, mokshasaha Ashubhat. Why it is Ashubh? What is Ashubh? What is inauspicious? The bondage is inauspicious. How it is inauspicious? Because finally the real utter truth is that we are Atma and we are supposed to work towards that, the final destination of moksha. That is the truth, utter truth. No doubt, nobody can contradict that. So what happens that the bondage or the lack of knowledge leads us away from this right path, and that is why it is Ashubh, that is why it is inauspicious. That leads us away from the final destination and what is good for us as a Atma, and that is why it is told as Ashubh. हमारे दिमाग में शुभ अशुभ का क्या होता है, बिल्ली काट गई अशुभ. सुबह सुबह जा रहे थे, काली बिल्ली काट गई रास्ता, आज कुछ अशुभ होने वाला है. Ashubh means what? Whatever we are doing is not towards the path, we are getting into the bondage, is Ashubh. Ashubh is not something bad happening to us. Even something good happening to us is also Ashubh. I gave an example before. Most of the people who have earned, who have won the lottery here, 649, whatever, I don't know, I never buy lottery. But those people who earn millions of dollars in the lottery, most of them became bankrupt within 5 years. They landed into drug addiction. They landed into complicated relationship with their family and partners. So getting a lottery is Shubha or Ashubha? It's a question. It's a question. So Ashubha means when you are going away, that is Ashubha. So let us first understand that whenever there is an action, there are three partners. There are three partners which are the part of a karma. And when I am doing a karma, what part am I doing is a question. What part I am playing? So any karma has got three parts. And we will take this example in detail. It's very important. Number one partner in a karma is a karta, one who is actually doing it. जो व्यक्ति खुद ही वो कर रहा है, वो उसका करता है. Who is physically taking part, who is physically doing the action. It may be good or bad, it doesn't matter. See, never think a karma is good or bad, it depends on the intention. We will come to the next shloka and it will be more clearer. But Basically, a karta means one who is doing the action, who is actively involved in doing the action. चाहे आप गरीबों को दान दे रहे हो, या तो आप कुछ दूसरा काम कर रहे हो, anything, or you are doing some, you are beating a person, anything. Physically, you are involved with the action is called as a karta. Is a karta, is the doer. A mob, smoking with friends, fashion, anything. It can be anything. You may not be knowing consequence, you may know consequences, but you are doing it. That is karta. Another is karak, the reason, the person who is motivated, instigated the karta to do the action. हाँ, वो खुद करता नहीं है, वो व्यक्ति खुद भी कुछ काम नहीं करता. He does not do any action, but he is the reason, cause. हाँ, चढ़ाता है. क्या कनाडा में है, दारू नहीं पीता है, यहाँ तो सब पीते हैं, तुम भी पीना चाहिए. हाँ, many people told me also, because I don't drink. हाँ, अरे कनाडा में रह के पीता नहीं है, कैसा आदमी है तुम? हाँ, खाता नहीं है. Instigate. हाँ, especially in the school, smoking. I always wondered, I never smoked. It is giving lots of suffocation to me. I always wondered. I asked so many people who are smokers. They told me initially they found that, but then they enjoyed. So who told you initially? तुमको initially किसने बोला? School days. Most of them start their smoking between say 13, 14. By 18, 20, they are used to it. किसी ने बताया? हाँ. I had so many people, friends from Bihar and all that area in India. हाँ, वहाँ जो smoke नहीं करता वो मर्द नहीं है. Are you a man? Then you should smoke. If you are not smoking, you are not a man. Challenge. So instigating, provoking, motivating, directly or indirectly, कैसे भी, that is called as a karak. Domestic violence, gang and mob wars, political rallies, everything. There is a big list of line, karak. कैसे एक झूठा न्यूज़पेपर में न्यूज़ दे दो, फला ढिकना वहां हो गया, riots. Just give one wrong news in the media. Karak, cause, the one who is causing, karak. Now these two are easily understandable. That the third part, which is causing majority of issues today, is anumodak. Anumodak. What is anumodak? Anumodan means agreeing, either verbally or silently or through any action. The person who does not take any action to stop the action is anumodak. This may be either due to a fear. बोलूंगा तो क्या होगा, पड़ोसी का लड़का है, today I saw him smoking on the corner of the street, should I tell my neighbor, अरे तुम्हारा बच्चा सिगरेट पीना चालू किया है? Fear. बोलूंगा रिलेशनशिप खराब हो जाएगी. रिलेशनशिप खराब हो, सो नहीं बोलते, ट्रूथ नहीं बोलना. और अनविलिंगनेस, हमको क्या है, why should I? Tomorrow that water will come under your feet. हमारे बोलते हैं वो तुम्हारे पैर के नीचे आएगा वो पानी. Tomorrow, if you don't speak today, tomorrow. I like that board very much here in Canada, neighborhood watch. I'm really very much, I really admire that. Neighborhood watch. You are watching neighborhood. You are watching each other. You are making sure that everything is safe and nice. So it is either due to fear or unwillingness or aloofness or misguided. आजकल तो ऐसा ही चलता है. ऐसा ही चलता है. Revealing dresses. आजकल तो सब यही पहनते हैं. So चलता है, आजकल चलता है सब. Gen Z. All the Gen Zs are doing like this. So all the Gen Z will do. So the person who is really not liking, I really wonder, because I had exactly same, the peer pressure. Exactly same. I was also a young boy. I was also 16, 18. Yeah, peer pressure. You are Gen Z. You don't do this. Ooh. So a person who really do not like to do that, who is also doing it. Why? Because I am Gen Z. I am supposed to do that. Gen Z. Unwillingly also they do. So what they do? They keep silent. They don't, because it needs courage, it needs guts to tell the truth and to follow the true path and to tell other people also to follow the true path. It needs courage. It needs lots of effort inside and outside. So they are either misguided. Fashion is one of the biggest thing. This is one of the biggest example for misguiding. Everybody does it, so I will do that. I will do that. Nowadays that is a trend, so it should be done. Or many people are doing, thousands of people are doing, so it must be correct. I always give that example. I always give that example. About that is about democracy. Same thing. If in Kurukshetra war, there are 11 Aukshini on the side of Duryodhan and only 7 on the side of Pandava. So somebody with a non-violence, remember, I am not promoter or supporter of violence. But imagine at that moment, a so-called non-violence person will come. He will say, oh, why 18 Akshani people should die? Non-violence. Let us follow the democratic rule, democratic way of decision. What will happen? Duryodhan will win. 11 Akshini uske paas tha. He will win. Does it mean that the truth is always on the majority? It may not be. It may not be. So going by majority, which is one of the biggest fundamental pillar of democracy, is going by the majority. If majority is telling, 4 आदमी आ रहे हैं, सामने से एक बूढ़ा आदमी जा रहा है, 4 आदमी बोलते हैं चलो इसको परेशान करेंगे, बूढ़ा बोलता है मुझे परेशान नहीं करना चाहिए, 4 लड़के लोग बोलते हैं चलो इसको परेशान करना चाहिए, लड़की आ रही है छेड़ते हैं उसको. Democratic, 4 people are telling छेड़ना allowed है, and 1 person is telling छेड़ना नहीं चाहिए, so छेड़ो. क्यों? Legally allowed. That is what a democratic. We have to think. Going by democracy means what? Democracy is the success and failure of democracy depends on the education of the people. If there are educated people, educated in all the ways, not only by the way of bread and butter, educated people, then the democracy will work. नहीं तो नहीं चलती. You look at the world today, where there is minimum education, there is no democracy there. There is no democracy. Democracy cannot work there. Here also, to some extent, under capitalistic system, we say it is democracy. But let us stick to our Gita. We are not here for political discussion. So, Anumodak. Very dangerous. Generally, by numbers, a karta may be 1. A karak may be 1 or 2. But Anumodak is in millions. Anumodaks are millions. Excellent example, another is Draupadi Vastra Haran. In Draupadi Vastra Haran, what happened? Who was Karak? Dushashan. Who was the Karta? Dushashan. Dushashan was pulling the sari of Draupadi. Dushashan खींच रहा था. और कोई नहीं खींच रहा था. सब लोगों ने मिलके सारी नहीं खींची. Only Dushashan ने खींची. Karta is only Dushashan. But who are Karak? दुर्योधन ने बोला, कर्ण ने हाँ बोली, कर्ण ने भी बोला लेके आओ. Karak. And Anumodak. Did Bhishma told that yes, bring the Draupadi? No. Did he pull the sari of Draupadi? No. Anumodak. Sitting silent, watching the things happening, not reacting, not supporting or opposing. In case of Draupadi Vastraharan, they should have opposed. Nahi kiya. Bhishma, Dron, Krupacharya, Aswatha, so many people. Dhritarashtra, what did they do? Nahi. Anumodak. Anumodak means one who doesn't stop the action, जो एक्शन हो रही है उसको स्टॉप नहीं करता, उसमें करणीय. There is a big point in it. And which today there are more 95% of people are anumodak. Again, let us take that today's point is for democracy. Let us take the example of democracy today. Whenever there is an election, how many people are voting? 40% people voted. You look at the statistics generally, 30%, 40%, maybe 45% people voted. Out of them, the person who is elected got around, 50% votes or like that, 60% votes. That means only 20-25% of the people voted for that person. How it is even a majority? But why? Anumodak. Other 60% people, they didn't vote. They didn't vote. How can democracy work successfully in that? 60% people didn't vote. Anumodak, जो होता है होने दो. Fear, unwillingness, aloofness or misguiding. Every politician is bad. कोई भी आएगा क्या फर्क पड़ता है? So I will not vote. Very wrong. Voting is your moral and national responsibility towards your country. You must vote. You cannot become an anumodak during the time of election. Anumodak nahi banna. Biggest, I will say from here, anumodak mat bano. Ya to haan bolo ya na bolo. Anumodak mat bano. Do not be a silent observer. And one more thing, if you are a silent observer, you have got no right to say something has gone wrong and something has gone bad because you didn't act at that time. You didn't act at that time. वो टाइम पे भीष्म ने उठ के नहीं बोला ये बंद करो नहीं तो मैं अभी से अभी इसको मार देता हूं, तो क्या होता था? 18 Aukshini people would not have died. But he didn't say that. Anumodak, very dangerous part of the action. Constitution, जो उसका जो एक घटक है, अनुमोदक नहीं बनना. And today we see lots of people, millions and millions of people are anumodak. There are very few people who are karta and another a few as karak. So while doing karma, these are the three positions. So when I am doing a karma, what is my position? What position I want to take is very important. गुरुकुल में से सीख के तो आए हम, we learnt it. But while applying it, while executing it, what मेरा stage क्या है? What is my stage? मेरी बैठक क्या है ये कर्म के लिए? ये सोचना पड़ेगा. 3 में से एक तो रहना ही पड़ेगा. There is a very important role. There is only one sentence I will say and stop on that. Very important role of the media to stop this, all the bad things happening. मीडिया का इसमें बहुत बड़ा रोल है आज की तारीख में. अनुमोदक नहीं बनना, शांत रहता है. मीडिया शांत रहता है. So many wrong things happening. People don't talk about it. People don't talk. Anyway, so these are the 3 positions: karta, karak and anumodak. While doing an action, I will be either one of that. That is number 1 to understand. Now the next shloka is telling that doing and not doing both are defined in what way. So let me go to 17th shloka here. Karmano yapi bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi. Karmano yapi bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha. You must understand the nature of all 3, which are that karma, vikarma and akarma. Recommended actions, vikarma, wrong actions or forbidden actions, and akarma, inaction. Now, this is going a little more deeper, that while we are doing any action or we are not doing any action, what actually is the karma or what actually is the action. That is what this shloka is telling. And then it is telling Gahano Karmana Gatihi. That is why it is difficult to understand. It is profound. It is so profound and difficult to understand. So let us understand this word a bit in next available 4 minutes. And we may continue next week also on this. So what is karma? Karma is a recommended action. What I am supposed to be doing. And remember, the karma is not out of those 4. Ahara, Bhaya, Maithunancha, Indra. These are animal actions. They are not part of karma. वो कर्म में नहीं आता है. हम खाना खाते हैं, हम आहार लेते हैं, हम डरते हैं. किससे 5 अलग अलग fear because of which we are doing actions. Ahara, Bhaya, Maithun, Indriya Sukh, bodily, material happiness. Maybe driving a car, eating a good food, anything, dressing up good clothes and all. All these, Maithunancha and Indra, sleep. Samanya etat. That is samanya, common. Pashubhi naranam. It is common in animals and humans. So, karma is outside that. Remember, the word karma here, the definition is outside those 4. That is number 1 part. It is outside those 4. So, what is recommended karma? Karma is recommended actions, anushanshit karma or suchit karma. Karma recommended by the scriptures as per my natural inclination. मेरे वर्ण के हिसाब से मुझे जो काम करना चाहिए वो मैं काम करूंगा, वो मेरा कर्म है. That is my karma. I am doing my actions as per my varna and that is my karma. Anushanshit or suchit karma. Vikarma, wrong actions, forbidden actions. Varjit ya to nishiddha karma. Karma which are forbidden by the scriptures according to again my natural inclination. Simple example, Dushasana is pulling the sari of Draupadi. It is forbidden. As a Kshatriya, you are supposed to protect the women. You are not supposed to do like that. It is not correct. So it is vikarma. And akarma, inaction. You are not doing your prescribed duty. Remember, one is you are doing your prescribed duty. Another is you are doing a wrong other duty, other action other than your prescribed duty. And the third is akarma. You are not doing your prescribed duty. You are keeping it like a anumodak. One of the example is Baldev ji, Krishna's brother. When the Kurukshetra war is going on, he is telling, I am going from pilgrimage. You cannot. You are a warrior. A warrior is supposed to take part on the righteous side of the war. He cannot say at that time that I am going for a pilgrimage. Wrong action. So it seems like akarma. Balram ji ne bhag nahi liya, yuddha mein bhag nahi liya, akarma. No. It is a wrong karma for him because his varna is to fight. He didn't fight on the righteous side. So even though it seems that he didn't took part in the war, he actually took part in the war. That is what, even though a akarma is seen, actually he has done a karma, a wrong karma or a vikarma. We will come again next week and try to see a little more detail in this shloka 17th. Next Wednesday, again as usual, 6 to 6:45, as we meet every Wednesday. We'll go further on 17th shloka of Shrimad Bhagwat Gita. Till then, I wish everyone a good and healthy time. Take care. It's a nice festival time coming in December. And cold is also going to start more. So take your flu shots or anything which you need to take. And see you all again next Wednesday, 6 to 6:45 at Jai Durga Temple. Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha.